The Elkhorn South Storm continues to be one of the more consistent programs in Class A. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. Our next stop of the in-state tour takes us to Elkhorn South as veteran head coach Guy Rosenberg coming off another playoff year and a solid group of returnees here to build around in 2025.
Well, just was real proud of our team last year that we had a lot of experience, particularly on the lines going into last season, and those guys stepped up and played extremely well, and we ended up being 9-2 on the season and losing to an excellent Omaha North team in the playoffs. Really impressed with how this group has worked in the off season. Just a very unselfish group, a lot of strong leaders, and so I've just been impressed with the work that they put in the weight room. And one of our coaches, Coach Pabin, does a lot of speed and change of direction work, and I think that there's been just huge investment during the off season, and we also have a lot of multi-sport athletes. So just very impressed with the work that they're putting in now, and the way I always kind of tell our guys, hey, if you want to pull a rabbit out of the hat toward the end of a game, you have to put it in there ahead of time. And to me, you put the rabbit in the hat during the off season. That's where those close wins in the playoffs and in the regular season come from, is that long-term investment. And I know that was something I heard Tristan Brewer talk about. Particularly if you're going to be playing Class A football on both sides of the ball, you really need to prepare your mind and your body during the offseason. Our players are willing to do that.
And leading the way for Elkhorn South in terms of prospects is Jaden Sutko, the 6-foot, 215-pound running back / linebacker. Already holds a Division I offer and has received quite a bit of early attention, especially with some of the numbers he's put up in track, including 10.8 seconds in the 100 and 21.9 in the 200.
I think next ahead is I had a tough year this year with me getting injured for like half the season. So to bounce back, I mean, that means a lot for me. And I think that this year I'm going to have like a breakout year and really show.
Well, I think for him, too, just from a toughness standpoint, that he basically missed the middle of the season due to health issues and was able to come back for the last 2 games of the regular season and then in the playoffs. But he just has those traits that schools really want. I mean, he's got the length. He's a tall kid, 6'2", about 215, as you mentioned, a track kid with verified times, running a 10.8 in the 100 meters, 21.9 in the 200, but he's a football player running track. I mean, he's got those instincts out there and just really finishes his runs on offense. Tacklers just shed off of him, and I know there was a lot of times last year where I'd call a play, was trying to get an idea. It looks like as the play's going along, it looks like, hey, it's going to be 3rd and 2, and I'm like, well, no, it looks like Jaden got it. So he'd run over a couple of guys, and all of a sudden we got first down. He's also a great player on defense, plays the star position for us, that nickel, that hybrid, just of how that the game has really evolved to those hybrid players. And so he's a guy who can set the edge and tackle. He can run, he can hit, he can cover. So again, I think he's got a real bright future, and I think that once he starts putting those track times up again this spring, and then once he gets a chance to camp this summer, and once he starts putting things on film next year, I think the offers are really going to start to flow in at the Power 4 level.
As of now, I think I have an offer from NIU, and they want me as a safety. So I think I see myself as like a linebacker or a safety at the next level, most likely.
Another key returner to watch here for Elkhorn South in 2025 is defensive end Tristan Brewer.
Oh, yeah. Last year I was a 2-way starter, offensive guard and defensive end, and just a really good season overall, and just looking forward, just planning to be a leader. Tristan's
really exceptional for us, too, in terms that most of our freshmen play freshman football, but both Tristan and Cooper Perrin both played a lot of football for us at the varsity level when they were freshmen. So if a guy's good enough to play as a freshman, they're going to get a shot. And so Tristan's been part of our varsity program for a number of years, runs really, really well for a big guy. I mean, that I could see, kind of similar to Noah Bustard that we had a few years back that walked on down at Nebraska, but just a big athletic kid who can run with our skill kids. So that plays really well on defense and on offense, and I think that he's got a lot of versatility that's going to help him as he moves his career to the next level.
A lot of commitment. You got to work in the off season to prepare your body. You got to condition. You got to just work every day to mentally prepare.
Brewer has already received a lot of Division I attention, especially at the FCS ranks.
They just want me to come to camp, see what I'm about, just get to see me in person, get to see me compete against other people.
Reporting here with Elkhorn South at the in-state tour, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.